Hi there, my name's Annette with Sunbeam Fabric Art. Welcome to my channel. What you're looking at here is some green fabric I got at a thrift store, and I cut it into 10-inch squares. And today I want to take you through the two quilts that I made from these 10-inch squares. I saw a random picture online of a 9-patch block, and it was a 2-color quilt. It was a 9-patch block, and it was alternating with blocks of a solid color, and I thought I wanted to try that out. I stacked up some white 10-inch squares, alternating with my green, and I cut 3-inch by 10-inch strips. Now you can see I'm going to have some little leftover 1-inch strips, but don't worry, that is where my second bonus quilt comes into play. But for now, let's just keep working on these 9 patches. Next, I stitched strips together, green, white, green, and then a strip with white, green, white. And these I am going to press flat. I pressed all the seams towards the dark green. Next, I stacked up a few of these strip sets, as many as I felt comfortable cutting, and I'm just lining them up on the left edge so they will be straight, and then I'm going to cut 3-inch strips from my strip sets. And again, I'm definitely holding on to that 1-inch strip that I just cut off, and we're going to use that later. I want all my 9 patches to have green on the 4 corners, so I'm lining up these little strips the way I want them. I'm sewing 3 of the strips together, and then I'm pressing those blocks nice and flat. My 9 patch blocks finished to 8 inches. Next, I cut some of my 10-inch white squares down to 8 inches by 8 inches, and don't forget, I'm going to be using those little strips I'm cutting off. I thought it would be easier for me to make a giant block using 2 9 patches and 2 of my 8-inch white squares. That just seemed like it would be easier for me to manage making the entire quilt that way. So essentially I've got a giant 4-patch that includes 2 smaller 9 patches. Well, I got that stitched together, and here is the result. I've got a nice little 4-patch that has a pretty 9-patch diagonally. These blocks finish to about 15.5 inches square. I decided that 12 of those giant blocks would make a nice size quilt for a little kid, so I started cutting out the pieces and parts to make 11 more of those giant blocks. These blocks are pretty easy to put together, so I'm not going to make you watch me put together the other 11 giant 15.5 inch blocks, but let's skip ahead to putting those blocks together into a quilt. The first thing I'm going to do is just sew 2 blocks together, and the only matching point I need to worry about is the seam where the white square comes together with a 9 patch. That's the only thing I have to match and worry about nesting. Now, if you want to make sure it's nested perfectly, go ahead and put a clip or a pin in that seam. I just went ahead and started my seam. I know I had trimmed all these to 8 inches, so I wasn't too worried about them being off. And then as soon as that seam approached the needle, I made sure it was nested. Once I had all the blocks stitched into pairs, I sewed 2 pairs together into a row of 4, and to complete this 12 block quilt, I need 3 of those rows. Once I had the 4 rows done, it was time to just put these rows together into a finished quilt top. Once a quilt starts getting a little bit larger, you may want to consider using pins or clips to hold things in place until you get to the sewing machine. Once I finished putting 2 of these rows together, all I had to do was add that 3rd row and my quilt top is complete. Here is a quick look at that finished quilt top. I like it just the way it is. I don't think it needs anything else. But now it's time to focus on using up all the little bits and trimmings to make a bonus quilt. And I really wanted to use up all of those green 10-inch squares. They've been in my stash for a long time. I just couldn't decide what to do with them, and today is the day. One of the first things I did was to take those little 1-inch trimmings off of my 9-patch strip sets and sew 2 of those together. At first I was trying to nest the seams, and then I changed my mind. I was thinking, these are scraps. There is no need to try and match or nest seams. It's going to be fine. It's a scrap project at this point. Once I ran out of the little strip set trimmings, I started using solid color trimmings. And I sliced up the rest of those green 10-inch squares and a few additional 10-inch squares of white to keep on sewing. For anything that didn't match the 8-inch length that was the common length, I just cut off the pieces and set those aside, and those are going into my scrap bin. But overall, I'm getting rid of a lot of things out of my stash by doing this. I separated that first chain and put everything back through the chain process again and again and again. Once the pieces get long enough, it's really handy. You can flip the tail end around and send it back under the needle again with a new piece attached. Once I got to the end of all my pieces, I separated that chain. Next, I took my long strip, it's about 8 inches wide, and I pressed all those seams nice and flat. Now it was time to think about what I was going to do with this long strip. I decided I was going to make long strips of solid fabric in 4 to 5 inch widths of coordinating fabric, and I picked some blues out of my stash that I kind of wanted to get rid of and thought that they would look good with a green. So I picked out some blue patterns that had green in them as well. So once I had all the strips cut, I went ahead and put them together, just stitched the seams together and made long strips. I mixed and matched a little bit. And once I had these long strips of my blue fabric, I pressed those seams flat, and then I started putting the blue strips together with my green and white strips. I wanted to slow down here. I discovered a spot while I was going through where the white fabric was too short. I made a little impromptu patch and just stitched around the patch and sewed that into place while I sewed down my blue fabric strip. Well, I didn't have quite enough for this strip to go all the way, so I took another little piece from my stash, cut what I needed, and added that to the tail end so I could finish this strip. Once I got to the end of that first strip, I went ahead and trimmed off the excess to make a nice straight edge and get rid of bulk. Then I started adding my second blue strip, which is that polka dot material. And again, I just sewed pieces together to make a nice long strip, and I sewed all the way down. Well, I took a little time to measure and see what kind of length I had on this long strip and how wide it was. I reviewed the math and decided 77 inches was going to be the length of this quilt project. I decided I needed a little bit more blue fabric to make it the width proportional to the length. Now I got this blue fabric at a thrift store. It didn't actually cost me $6. It cost me a lot less than that. I think it was half price, so I think I got it for $3. But I went ahead and took this blue fabric, cut it into strips, sewed all the strips together. Then I added this strip to the right-hand side of my previous two blue shade strips. I double-checked my measurements and I cut this one long strip into 3 shorter strips. Then I started sewing those 3 strips together. Last, I straightened up all the edges. Now, looking at this quilt, my eye wants there to be another dark blue strip on the right-hand side, but I think when I add binding in perhaps a black, I think that's going to look just fine. Well, I love green and I love blue and I love clearing out my stash. I loved that I got 2 quilts out of that stack of green 10-inch squares that I've been holding on to for so long. Thanks so much for joining me today for another layer cake video, and I hope to see you back again real soon.